Let's take the conversation forward. Boman Rustom Irani, Chairman and Managing Director of Keystone Realtors, joins us now. Mr. Irani, good morning. Thank you for joining us. The big picture for Indian housing sector is evergreen, but given where interest rates are, affordability factor, is there a slowdown, or is this business as usual for the Mumbai real estate sector? So I think you're still on mute.
Sorry about that. So thank you for having me on the show, Nikunj. And very quickly to tell you, Gudi Padwa, which happens to be an auspicious time for most people to go out there and buy new stuff or new homes, etc., was actually not the very best, but it wasn't very bad either, given that rising home loan rates, etc., have played a dampener. But these dampeners have been more on the affordable and mid to mass housing that's up to about 3.5 crores. We did not see a surge in buying, which is normally this is the season when we see that surge. On the other hand, aspirational class, which is up to about 7.5 crores, which is also a very large category for Mumbai, saw a good amount of interest and buying that took place. And luxury continues to be an investment avenue for most of the people who are looking at buying a home. I guess this is attributed largely to the larger infrastructure that Mumbai is seeing as of right now. People believe in the Mumbai story with the kind of work that the government is putting in. I think salaries are on the rise. People are also making money on the stock markets, or at least are cashing in on the stock market increases that took place. And new and better amenities are leading people to buy homes in the newer developments.
So the affordability factor, high interest rates, the fact that parts of economy are not as robust as what they were in 2021, 2022, that to your mind has not impacted the Mumbai real estate sector at all?
No, absolutely it has. But for the number of downers, there are also equal number of mitigating factors that have taken place. I can tell you again and again about the fact that the amount of infrastructure that the government is putting in is a huge promise for the city. This city is a city of gold. Most people do recognize that. And it is not only Mumbaikars who are buying homes in Mumbai, but we've seen, at least in the outskirts, people coming all the way from other parts of the state are looking at buying homes. And we also see a certain bit of buying homes from other states, but those are the high value homes that we see mid-city or thereabouts in the better suburbs. Yes, rising interest rates have been a downer. We've been reaching out to the government through the trade body CREDAI and CHI to request for the feel-good factor being further enhanced by a reduction of stamp duty and or reduction of premiums that are possible in the real estate. These two would lead to a great amount of surge or rather reduction in cost or control of cost, and thereby allow for more people to choose homes of their choice.
But Boman, would you think that if the interest rate trajectory continues on the uptake, the affordable category is bound to get hit?
So first of all, let's define affordable. Affordable is everything that's under 1 crore, which is, for most developers to serve that market, especially in the city of Mumbai, is extremely tough unless we make cubby hole kind of apartments, which most of us have realized do not work. After the pandemic, people are looking at better homes because they are also looking at work from home being a reality. So that affordable segment does get most affected the moment interest rates go up. And we have seen that not in Mumbai, but more across the rest of the state and some amount of news coming from the rest of the country. But the savvy buyer, the person who knows that in rising inflation, real estate plays a great hedge, are those ones who are continually putting their money. And the other thing is educated investors, those that know that real estate has seen many cycles or will see many cycles in one home loan period of prices going up or cost of money going up. At the same point of time, know that in an average 7.5 or 8 years, which is the average home loan in Mumbai that has been observed, you will see 2 or 3 dips as well, which means that overall your trajectory of home loans will continue to be in one particular line. So it's all about educating the investor or having educated investors come in more and more into real estate. And real estate definitely as an asset class after RERA has seen a lot of interest amongst investors as well.
Baman, we were just discussing as to what is this affordable category when it comes to a city like Mumbai. I mean, all India, yes, is less than 1 crore, but how do you define it for a city like Mumbai?
That's what I'll tell you how we define it, right? In the up to 1 crore is what we call as the affordable. Now, those are markets like Dombivli, Kalyan, maybe Mira Road, but I would say more in the periphery. It's really tough to give a proper affordable home in the city of Mumbai. 45 square meters is what I think has been identified as a good size home, and 60 has been what was been identified according to a world study for a decent home uh, for a great living for a family. Now, giving those kind of homes in Mumbai at 60 square meters is really impossible, given that we do not get input tax credits for any of our construction or any of our costs. We have very high premiums in Mumbai. We also have a stamp duty, which is roughly around 5%, plus there's a 1% cess for the metro. While the metro has a great amount of infrastructure that will make the city much better, I think only taxing the new home buyers on it may not exactly work out quite well. Um, in the mid mass, which is where the largest segment of Mumbai is, we call those at 1 crore to 3 crore rupee homes. And we've also seen a good amount of buying in the 3 to 7 crores, which is what I call the aspirational category. And a lot of people are moving towards these kind of homes. So that would be between Andheri and Bandra East, if I may just give some kind of a landmark to where it is. And then on the other side, maybe Chembur to Sain.
Okay. Let's understand what is happening to the non-Mumbai big picture. And purely as an industry representative, you have to talk about what's happening to the non-Mumbai real estate market. What are the trends to your mind which are at play?
So I can tell you what's happening in the MMR region. In the MMR region, the sizes of homes are actually going up. Balconies, which Mumbai realized long back, immediately after COVID, are required, are also being provided in most of these developments. These the kind of homes that are being built are all high rises, but given the rising cost of construction materials and thereby the kind of additional cost that one incurs in high rises, I think in the wherever we go now, especially outside of Thane and Mumbai, we try and curb our homes to about 27 to 28 floors, because building more than that is usually a huge cost and we're not able to provide our consumers the price points that they want. Having said that, out of Mumbai, MMR region, you get larger pieces of land and you're able to create lifestyle amenities that are excellent. So a general family with a 4 or 5, you can provide gardens, you can provide playgrounds, you can provide all kinds of physical requirements. You also are able to create a larger community in these areas, and we've seen, particularly at Rustomji, that the communities are what drives people as an interested party to come into the homes. And we've been working on community development for a very long time. And given the fact that RERA provides a very good shelter or a very good shield against developers that aren't performing, we are finding more and more people investing in that second home as well. So even those living in the city would decide to buy a second home for a future generation, just in the outskirts of Mumbai, especially where infrastructure is growing. And by infrastructure, I mean roads, I mean schools, colleges, places of worship, entertainment, metros, etc.
What's the outlook, Boman, when it comes to the overall launch pipeline? What is it in terms of the segments that you're targeting and sales potential?
So I can tell you about what we have in the pipeline right now. We are focused on the mid-mass and aspirational. That is to say, everything beyond 1 crore and all the way up to 7 crores. We've got a huge pipeline coming up in terms of launches, more in areas where we are extremely strong. Given Andheri, given Bandra East, that entire belt is where we command great premiums, and we continue to be there. We also found that our foray into the eastern suburbs has been extremely successful, and thereby we are kind of taking on redevelopments in that market, and we believe that's a very strong market given the infrastructure growth. And Mumbai, very funnily or very from time earlier, there are these classes of people that want to live in one particular location. So Kandivali happens to be a very strong draw. We are looking at that market. Borivali as a segment itself and Andheri as a segment itself, again, have a very strong draw. Bandra East is seeing a lot of activity as of right now, and we continue to be one of the larger developers in that area. So we'll continue to launch projects out there. Thane is on, it's a township project where we keep launching products as and how we sell about 50% of the earlier stock that we've launched. And this has been something that has worked very well for us. As a matter of fact, I should tell you that Thane on Gudi Padwa Day saw close to around 75 walk-ins, and we closed about 10 transactions out there. The total number of transactions we closed were about 30, but the sales value were in excess of 55 crores. And more importantly, the pipeline looks very healthy, where buyers would, not buy on the first visit itself, but we are expecting good, strong second and third visits taking place, and thereby closures happening in these markets. Again, our mid-city development, Crown at Prabhadevi, saw a great amount of buy yesterday. One particular day we did as much as most people would do in a month, which was extremely strong and extremely encouraging. Our projects in Bhandup, Bandra East, and Borivali saw buying. Virar saw a good amount of buying. So overall, the basket's been great. Not the best I have mentioned, but it's been extremely good, and we are happy with the kind of responses that we've got so far.
All right, Boman, let you go on that note. Thanks much for taking time out and joining in, giving us a view on how things are shaping up for the real estate business and for Rustomji in particular.